Speaking of the economic situation and the government policies, economist and Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna or the SLPP parliamentarian Professor Ranjith Bandara said that the economic challenges Sri Lanka is facing are not limited to Sri Lanka and that most of these issues are common to other countries as well. He also expressed confidence about the country's ability to repay loans.
Now, the challenges what Sri Lanka might facing for year 2022, I would say, could be common to many countries in the world, particularly the countries in the development regions. Now, why I say the problems are common, because no matter what is the size and what is the nature of the economic activity that involve, the global pandemic taken the issues to a next level, which are common to every developing country. I wouldn't say that the issues are not so common to developed nation. The developed nation also having a series of issues, and we could see that the many countries are facing immense of challenges of managing their internal issues with the COVID. And let me look at what are these challenges are. Now, if you look at the overall macroeconomic imbalance, what we are having right now could be many. Now, many of us talked about the foreign reserves. The foreign reserve is one of the problems which is an outcome of many problems. Now, why we aren't having enough or rather adequate of foreign reserves at the central bank? The Sri Lanka loss, it's a promising foreign earning sources, a remittance, a tourism, and certain vital service exports.
He added that due to this situation, Sri Lanka is becoming a trading economy and is focusing on production. Speaking of opinions expressed by various parties that Sri Lanka may have to deal with a famine soon, Professor Bandara opined that a famine will never occur in Sri Lanka. Professor Bandara also said that giving subsidies, even though sometimes necessary, is not a long-term option and explained.
The Sri Lanka is still a welfare kind of economy. And at least 25% of the population depends on some form of the government support. Samurdhi could be one. And there are many. The government, subsidiary support schemes, they are to support the poor. Now, rising retail prices. Why is retail prices are rising? Retail prices are rising because we depend so much of import stuff, essentials, food items, oil, gas, and it could be about 75% of our consumption basket consists of imported commodities. And as a result, when the global market price of those commodities are increased, naturally, the local market prices of those commodities increase. We have no choice. The government can't subsidize every single commodity that we import and the price tend to increase because we don't earn enough revenue to support such a subsidy schemes.
He stressed that dependency on the state is also on the rise and that in a context where the government is also suffering massive losses due to loss-making state institutions, this could be a bigger problem in 2022. In addition, Professor Bandara explained that in 2022, the government might have to increase the tax revenue.
What I would suggest, at least think of how Japanese strategized after the Second World War to take the Japan to the next level. Sri Lanka is skillful a nation. Sri Lanka is a blessed nation. Sri Lanka have all sort of potential to take this challenge and to move forward in year 2020.